mid-70s.
I
That's
know,
nice.
I'm excited.
That's nice. It won't be long until the weather does turn, though, and if you're looking to get away, there's a spot for you. New on AM Extra today, Hawaii, always been a favorite vacation destination, of course, but did you know that some of the best life-changing adventures are not found in a guidebook?
Oh, okay. John DeFries was born and raised in Waikiki and is now the president and CEO of the Hawaii Tourism Authority. He joins us live from Honolulu this morning, not only to share some of Hawaii's hidden treasures, but also to talk about how to protect them. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Emily and Travis, aloha. Aloha, Portland.
Aloha.
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 So good to have you here. You know, you think about Hawaii, you think about the, beaches,
Course,
big luau's,
naturally.
real popular tourist destinations. How has visiting the islands kind of evolved over time?
You know, we found our way through the last 2.5 years like the rest of the world. What we're experiencing now is a surge of optimism as visitors want to return to the islands. This time around, I want them to consider more than just our beautiful beaches. There are opportunities to take part in our voluntourism experiences in a program we refer to as Malama Hawaii. Malama, the Hawaiian word to protect, to nurture, to care for. And these programs will engage the visitor at a much deeper, more meaningful, more purposeful experience to augment the recreation and entertainment that is natural for any vacation.
Wow. So what's a good example? What's a way a traveler can engage with one of those voluntourism experiences?
Well, imagine the three of us going on a hike into a native forest and led by experts in the field that understand the science, that understand the cultural protocol, the cultural knowledge associated with that forest, and immense learning opportunity for the visitor. On the coastal areas, our marine life, our wildlife at times are endangered. And there are now programs that can help protect those areas, help to educate both residents and visitors as to the appropriate conduct when you encounter that type of wildlife. And most of all, I would end with this example. For every American, a visit to Pearl Harbor should be a priority. And today, as part of the Malama Hawaii program, the USS Missouri, the iconic battleship, has a restoration effort. And visitors from Portland, from throughout America and the world, can now participate in that restorative effort. To give you an idea of the diversity of what amounts to being 30 programs that are offered through 6 islands within our state.
Wow. I did not know about the restoration effort at Pearl. That is incredible.
I love this idea, you know, to get to find something that is still interesting to you, a fun way to spend your time, but then a way to really get a deeper understanding of the culture of the island and to feel like you're making a good impact when you travel. I mean, what are some things that visitors need to kind of be mindful of as they return to the islands? We saw some challenges that an island community can have throughout the pandemic. What do you want people to know about traveling now?
Sure, you know, the Hawaiian culture is based on reciprocity. So the aloha we give is the aloha we receive. The malama we give and offer is the malama we receive. Just be cognizant of the fact that the islands are fragile. These communities are very tight-knit and fragile. And we're in search of a new balance that will allow our economy to thrive based on tourism and the well-being of our natural environment and the community is also part of that equation. I would encourage all, people to go visit our website at gohawaii.com/malama to get the most recent updated information on the programs we have just discussed.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I love the idea that you mentioned of balance. Balance, you know, to sustain the economy. Yes, you need the tourism, but there's a way that you can travel and make an impact in the community that needs it. You know,
give a little, get a lot.
Exactly, exactly. Well, John DeFries, really appreciate your time, and hey, once again, aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha to both of you. Have a good day.
Take care. Now, to find out more about Hawaii Tourism Authority's programs, again, that website is gohawaii.com.